Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Today we delve into a crisis that's quietly escalating in one of the world's most volatile regions, South Asia. This isn't just about border skirmishes or political rhetoric, this is about water, the lifeblood of nations, and how two nuclear giants, India and Pakistan, are inching closer to a confrontation with consequences that could shake the world. The tension is mounting on all fronts. Cyber warfare has intensified. Accusations are being hurled across borders like digital missiles. On the ground, on the airwaves, in diplomatic circles, the conflict is evolving, and it's no longer confined to the usual military rhetoric. In a bold and alarming move, Pakistan's ambassador to Russia recently issued a stark warning. "We are ready to go to war." This message wasn't just whispered in closed-door meetings, it was openly shared with the Russian Foreign Ministry and swiftly broadcast across Russian state media. The message is clear: Pakistan is bracing for a major escalation. What's triggered this fierce standoff? Let's rewind to what might be the first tremors of a far greater quake. Earlier this week, a brutal terror attack occurred in Kashmir, and India wasted no time blaming Pakistan. In response, India did something unprecedented. It announced the potential suspension of the Indus Waters Treaty. This 65-year-old agreement has been a rare pillar of stability between the two nations, governing the distribution of the Indus River's crucial waters, but now that pillar is shaking. Pakistan immediately reacted with outrage. Officials made it clear, this is not just about policy, this is about survival. Millions depend on these waters, they said. Suspend this treaty, and we will consider it an act of war. The threat wasn't veiled. It was sharp, direct, and chilling. And yet, Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi appears undeterred. He has held extensive meetings with his Air Force and Missile Command, not to plan defensive maneuvers, but to calculate the feasibility of a deep strike offensive, not minor skirmishes, not just border tension. We're talking about large-scale assaults on cities like Lahore, or even targeting strategic ports like Karachi. Here's where the situation turns even more dangerous. Water is now being weaponized. India has already stopped the flow of water from the Baglihar Dam on the Chenab River, something that hasn't happened in the entire 65 years since the treaty was signed. According to reports, India is also planning similar disruptions from the Kishanganga Dam on the Jhelum River. These are not isolated technical decisions. These are signals, strategic moves designed to squeeze Pakistan, economically, environmentally, and emotionally. The Indus system comprises 6 rivers. India fully controls 3, but the other 3, while flowing through India, provide 80% of their water to Pakistan. Blocking or diverting them is not just a political move, it's a stranglehold on Pakistan's agriculture, drinking water, and hydroelectric power. India seems to be signaling, if you're willing to threaten war over water, watch what happens when we turn off the tap. And Pakistan? They're not staying silent. In a forceful statement, Pakistan's Defense Minister, Khawaja Asif, declared that any attempt to alter the flow of water or tamper with dam structures would be met with direct military retaliation. He went further. This isn't just about bombs or bullets. Starvation and thirst are forms of aggression too. If they build structures to divert water, we will destroy them. Meanwhile, as tensions escalate, Pakistan is flexing its own military muscle. Just days ago, it carried out a training launch of the Abdali missile system, a surface-to-surface weapon with a range of 450 kilometers. Capable of striking deep into Indian territory, it's a chilling reminder that both sides are armed, prepared, and, increasingly, willing to act. And as if the stakes weren't high enough, international actors are beginning to weigh in. In Islamabad, Pakistani Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif met with Turkey's ambassador. Following their meeting, Sharif publicly thanked the Turkish government and its people for their steadfast support during this time of crisis. A similar message of gratitude was directed at Malaysia. The Malaysian Foreign Ministry has officially declared its full support for Pakistan's stance in the water conflict, a move that adds more weight to Islamabad's diplomatic position. These statements might seem symbolic, but in a region where alliances can determine outcomes, symbolism matters. On Indian television, the debate is raging. Analysts, retired generals, and firebrand commentators are speculating how long it would take for India to finish Pakistan. Some claiming it could be done in 5 days. But amid the loud voices, one expert offered a sobering reality check. Can you really defeat a Pakistan backed by China and supported by Turkey? To those in New Delhi who believe US backing guarantees victory, a word of caution. Look at what happened to Ukraine. Look at what happened to Georgia. Promises and flags won't stop missiles or rebuild broken cities. If you're finding value in this analysis, now's the time. Like, subscribe, and drop a comment below. We want to hear your thoughts. Is water the next global flashpoint? Can diplomacy still pull these two nations back from the edge? Your voice matters in this conversation, and it might help shape how others see this unfolding crisis. Let's be clear, this isn't just about water. It's about control, identity, and power. But water is the weapon. And unlike bullets, it strikes silently, through drought, famine, and desperation. If India continues its water blockade, whether for days, weeks, or months, Pakistan's agricultural output could collapse. Blackouts would hit cities. Food prices would soar. The human cost would be unimaginable. And in desperation, desperate actions could follow. Yet India, too, would not emerge unscathed. Any strike on Pakistani dams or retaliation from Islamabad could trigger a broader regional conflict, with missile strikes, air raids, and perhaps worse. This isn't just saber-rattling anymore, it's a fuse. And it's burning. We've seen wars over oil, we've witnessed conflicts over land, but a war over water between two nuclear nations would be a terrifying first. And here's the final twist. Climate change is the unseen accelerator. Glaciers are melting faster in the Himalayas. Rainfall patterns are shifting, rivers are becoming more unpredictable, and as water becomes scarcer, the stakes for every drop are rising, and so are the tempers of the nations that depend on them. Diplomacy is still an option, but time is running out. The United Nations must act, regional coalitions must intervene, India and Pakistan must be reminded, war over water is not a win for anyone, it is mutual destruction. Thank you for watching. If you haven't yet, hit that like button, subscribe for more geopolitical deep dives, and comment below. Especially if you think the world needs to pay more attention to South Asia right now. Because if South Asia goes to war over water, we may all feel the ripple effects.